With nothing more than his bare hands, one man confronted and battled raging bulls. That man was the master of karate, Mas Oyama. To demonstrate the power of his karate, Oyama crushed rocks and bricks and challenged all comers to bare-fisted, no-holds-barred duels. He defeated all who faced him. Very quickly, young men fascinated with Oyama's karate gathered to train and learn. Oyama's fame spread across the globe. To develop the whole body into a weapon through the absolute extremes of training. To develop a spirit unshaken before all trials. This karate is an art aimed at mastery of both the physical and spiritual. This is Kyokushin karate. These instructional videos were produced for the purpose of standardizing Kyokushin karate worldwide in accordance with the wishes of Mas Oyama.
To begin with, I shall explain the dojo etiquette in detail. First, the standing bow. With correct posture, stand in shizentai. Bring the fists to the opposite ears. From this position, cut the fists across the body. Extend the spine and bow the head 30 to 40 degrees. Take care not to bow the head so deeply that you lose clear vision of the opponent's movement. As far as possible, maintain vision and awareness of any movement from both the front and sides. Return to the original position. With the kneeling bow, I will begin by first explaining the correct way to sit in Seiza. From Shizentai, withdraw the left foot slightly and kneel. Bring the right foot back and drop the hips. As the hips drop, bring the fists to the top of the thighs and place them there deliberately. The distance between the knees is approximately 2 to 3 widths of the fists wide. In this position, extend the spine fully, relax and drop the shoulders. The fists are placed 1 fist width off the end of the thighs. Visualize an equilateral triangle with the fists at the base. Extend the spine and bow the head, looking towards the top of the triangle. Again, do not drop the head too low. As with the standing bow, remain aware of the opponent's movements. From there, return to Seiza. とこのようにしてください。この位置から、再び、立ち方ですけれども、座った、時と、全く逆にまず右足を立てて、その上で左足を戻して自然体に戻ります。はい、整列。With the seitets, or the lineup, the highest grade stands at the right end of the front row. From there, the students line up in order of rank. Please obey this method of lining up in class.
正座。正座して親善礼。黙祷。黙祷目親礼。はい、それではこれから稽古を始めます。はい、立って。おっし。正座。正座して親善礼。道場君、一つ我々は心身を連麻し各公罰の真偽を極めることを一つ我々は武の真髄を極め気に発し管理人になることを一つ我々は私立合計をもって自己の精神を寛容することを一つ我々は礼節を重んじ頂上軽視相撲の振る舞いを継ぐことを一つ我々は神仏を尊び健常の美徳をせざることを一つ我々は知性と体力とを向上させことに臨んで歩ませざることを一つ我々は生涯の修行を空手の道に通じ極真の道を全うすることを黙祷。黙祷目親礼。先輩にありがとうございました。お互いにありがとうございました。はい、立って。おし。はい、これをもって稽古終わります。おし。おし。おし。おし。
I'll begin with the correct formation of the Seiken fist. Open the hand wide and beginning with the little finger, try to bring the fingertips to the base joint of the fingers. Roll the fingers tightly. To finish, take the thumb across as if to wrap the whole fist as tightly as possible. As the fist is formed, try to feel as though the center of the seiken is being squeezed tightly from both sides of the fist. The actual part of the fist used to strike is the area of the forefinger and the middle finger between the first and second joints. This is the area used and known as seiken. Next is uraken. The hand is gripped exactly the same way as the seiken. The striking area is the area directly behind the seiken knuckles. Depending on the situation, sometimes the whole back of the hand may also be used. Next is shito, or knife hand. As with the seiken, the hand is first opened widely. From this position, whereas with the seiken, the power of the hand is concentrated towards the center, With the shito, the feeling is as if you are trying to stretch the back of the hand. The four fingers are pressed together lightly, and the thumb is pulled towards the back of the hand. Take care not to let the thumb fold in towards the palm. The striking area is from the first joint of the little finger to the start of the wrist. The outside, inside, and center sections are used depending on the circumstances. Next is the empi, or elbow. Bend the arm tightly. The empi striking area is the front of the elbow, or, depending on the situation, the tip of the elbow, or even the back of the elbow. As far as possible, the elbow should be bent tightly. When striking, take care not to have the radius and ulna side by side. Have the forearm bones in line with the strike and facing the opponent. Next is tetsui, or bottom fist. The tetsui is simply the hand closed in seiken, but striking with the shito area. Form a tight fist and strike with the bottom of the hand. This is called tetsui. With the nukite, the hand is formed in the same way as shito. Take care, however, that when you strike with the nukite, if the hand is arched towards the back of the hand, as in shito, the power will be lost on impact and you will injure the hand and wrist. So be sure to keep the hand straight. In fact, you will find that you may want to angle the hand slightly. As far as possible, make the fingertips a single unit. Concentrate fully on the fingertips as you strike. Next is shote, or palm heel. The shote is formed by first making a shuto, then bending the wrist back strongly. The striking area is not so much the center of the palm, but the heel of the palm in line with the forearm bones. Be sure to bend the wrist fully back and concentrate on the striking area at the heel of the palm. This is called shote.
小手と言います。肉の一番厚いところですね。
The koken. The koken is the opposite of the shote. You bend the wrist forward and use this point here, this point on the wrist. This is used for blocks as well as attacks. Oyama Sosai taught that when the koken is used to the side, the thumb is on the base of the middle finger. When the koken is used vertically, the thumb is on the base of the ring finger. Be aware of this point. If you don't bend the wrist strongly, the point of the koken won't protrude correctly. Bend the wrist as tightly as possible. Next is the haito, or ridge hand. The haito uses the opposite side, the the inside of the hand in the shuto position. However, whereas the thumb is pulled back in shito, in haito the thumb is pressed in towards the palm. The striking surface is the base of the forefinger to the wrist. This is haito, the hand used on the opposite side of shito.
手に対する背に当たる部分、これを背頭と呼びます。はい、中足です。
Next is chusoku. The chusoku is the ball of the foot, the front part of the sole. The heel is pulled back tightly and the foot is extended. The toes are also pulled back so the foot strikes in line with the bones of the leg.
この前足底の位置を中足と言います。
Next is haisoku. To form haisoku, the toes are fully extended. The haisoku is simply the instep of the foot. The heel is pulled back and the toes extended strongly. This is very important to prevent injury.
この位置です。はい、かかとです。
Next is the kakato.
かかとは皆さんご存知の。
Of course you all know that kakato means heel.
攻撃に使う場合
Just be aware that when using the heel for a kick, you should flex the ankle and pull the toes back strongly towards the knee, the opposite of haisoku.
膝の方にですね、足首全体を返すと。しっかりと返してかかとを使うということが大事です。
Depending on the circumstances, you may use the outside of the heel, or in the case of kakato otoshi, axe kick, or ushiro moashi, spin back kick, the back at the tip of the heel bone. You must be very careful not to hit and possibly injure the Achilles tendon. Take note of this.
注意して使わなければいけません。かかとです。
Next is hiza, or the knee. The knee is to the lower body what the elbow is to the upper body. It is very important that you flex the leg fully when you strike with the knee. That is a fundamental of all knee techniques. Be careful not to hit the kneecap. Hit with the area around the kneecap, the front top of the knee when you thrust forward, the inside of the knee, or the top when kicking up. There are various ways to use the knee.
膝です。
Next is the sune, or shin. From the knee to the ankle, we use the whole shin bone. The shin is one of the weakest and most painful parts of the body, so it must be trained and hardened. If it is trained well, though, it becomes a very powerful attacking weapon, has been very effective in defense. This is sune, or shin.
すねですね。この位置です。
Next is sokuto, the knife edge of the foot. For sokuto, the ankle is flexed up and the sole turned inwards. The protruding edge of the heel is the striking area, not the front of the foot. Turn the sole in, flex the heel back strongly and strike with the side of the heel. That is sokuto. This is very good, particularly for kicking to the side.
即答です。
Beyond the weapons of the body just explained, there are numerous other parts which may be used. The second knuckles used in hiraken,
指先を折り曲げて使う平剣、
the joint of the thumb
指の
and the joints of the forefinger and middle finger.
人差し指一本剣、中指一本剣、
Also toho, the inside part of the thumb and forefinger.
親指から人差し指の
As well, the fist is gripped strongly and you have the
それ
wanto
から拳をしっかりと握って使う
or forearm,
ワント
the outside and inside forearm.
また肩で体当たりする
Also, there are times when you can use the shoulder and of course the headbutt. With the foot, you may also block or attack with
足の裏
teisoku,
ですね。足の裏を使って
the sole of the foot.
使う場合、足の裏を使います。これは低速です。
The tips of the toes may be tightened and used similarly to the nukite spear hand to attack.
指先で相手に攻撃をかけて。
The ankle can also be used as a weapon.
足首。
When you train, don't overlook these body weapons as
も
well.
う忘れないように稽古をするようにしてください。はい、それで
I'll
は
continue now with an explanation of the stances. This first position is shizentai, natural or ready stance. From there we go to
つま先
heisokudachi.
からかかとまで
Close the inside edges of the feet together. This is heisokudachi.
閉塞立ちです。
From there, with the weight on the
中
heels,
心につま先を
turn the toes out 45 to 60 degrees,
かかと
as though the heels are joined together.
結び立ち。
This is musubidachi.
この位置からつま先を中
Take the
心
weight
に
to the toes
今ついている
and take the heels out until the feet are
平行に
parallel.
なる位置まで持ってきます。
This is heikodachi or parallel stance.
この位置から
Now pivot on the heels and take the toes out.
つま先を
The feet in this position are the same as the figure 8 in Japanese, so it is called outside figure 8 stance or soto hachijidachi.
八立ちを立ったところ
From there, the weight goes to the toes and the heels are pushed out.
外側に
This is an inside figure 8 stance. This is uchi hachijidachi.
そして足首
The ankles, knees and hips are dropped slightly.
軽くこう屈伸をつけていきます。これが
From this stance, one foot is pushed forward, 1 foot length.
一足
I have my right foot forward, so this is migi
今の場合は
sanchin
足が
dachi.
前に出ているので右三鎮立ちと言います。
From sanchin
三鎮
dachi,
立ちの位置から
with the weight on the toes,
つま先
bring the
を
heels in until the feet are parallel.
内側に戻して
This is moro ashi dachi.
これがもろ足立ちです。このもろ足立ちから
From here, the weight goes to the toes again, and the heels are
ずら
shifted.
して横を向いて
Turn to the side and drop the weight.
後ろ足に70
Place 70% of the weight on the back leg and 30% on the
こ
front.
れがコークス立ちです。
This is kokutudachi,
コークス立
back
ちを前足
stance.
を
Now retract the front foot and lift the heel strongly into neko ashidachi or cat
猫足立ち
stance.
になります。猫足立ちの時
The
は
front foot is approximately 2 foot lengths forward.
前に出るような
From here, twist on the ball of the
この位置
foot
からつま先を中心に
and sit down into the stance as though the feet are hooked together.
駆け足立ちです。
This is kake ashidachi.
から前に戻して
Return to the front and withdraw the legs straight back about 2 shoulder widths.
の
The width is the same as the heikodachi, the width of the shoulders.
平行立ち肩幅の
Stand as if on a rectangle, 1 shoulder width wide and 2 shoulder widths
2
long.
倍の肩幅と肩幅の2倍の長方形の対角線を結ぶようにして立ちます。
Stretch the back leg straight
前足をしっかり
and bend the front leg
前
deeply.
足 70%
70% of the weight is on the front leg and 30% on the back.
前足の
The toes of the front foot point straight ahead and the toes of the back foot are about 45 degrees. This is Zenkotsudachi.
立ちの位置から同じ歩幅
From here, turn on the balls of the feet and bring the feet
平
parallel.
行に持ってきます。
Maintain the double shoulder width.
騎馬立ちです
This is Kibadachi, horse riding stance. Now, turn the toes out 45 degrees so the feet are at 90 degrees to each
両
other.
方の足の方向の延長線上が90度でつながるように立ちます。
This is Shikodachi or sumo
四股
stance.
立ちです。この位置から
Lift the foot straight up so the heel is at the opposite knee.
かかとが膝の位置に
This is Tsuruashidachi,
までピシッと引きつける。
crane
これ
stance.
がつる足立ちです。
We then return to Shizentai, ready stance. I'd like to now explain Sanchin Dachi. With good posture in Shizentai, On yoi, cross the arms and drop the breath to the lower abdomen. This is the preparatory position for all stances. From here, take the toes of the front foot to the toes of the opposite foot and lightly drop the hips. At the same time, the arms cross in front of the groin. Take the foot in a half circle to the correct position and continue with a double uchiuke. One fist fits under the waki or armpit and the arms are bent at 90 degrees. The fists are 1 fist width outside of the arm. The weight is dropped down on your center line. Stand straight with good posture from yoi, then kamaete. Move this way. This is the correct sanchin dachi.
これが三鎮立ちの立ち方です。
Now the Mawashi Uke. One hand's palm is held at eye height and horizontal. The other hand is brought across with the wrist slightly touching the tip of the elbow. From there, the top hand goes inside and blocks gedan with either shote, palm heel, or shito, knife hand. The other hand blocks up with either the shito or a kake, hooking motion. Draw a large circle with the hands and retract them fully. Then strike shote to the center line, the chin and the groin. Close the waki as you strike. The opposite is also the same. The palms at eye height, the fingers are pushed out and the wrist meets the upper elbow. The top hand and the lower forearm are parallel to the floor. From there, the arm blocking down circles inside and the arm blocking up is on the outside, both arms defending across the center line. Turn a large circle and withdraw, then strike with the palm heels. Next is shito maashiuke. The front hand, haito or ridge hand, joins the shote, palm heel, of the back hand. From the ready position, the fingertips of the front hand go inside of the back hand and they both come to behind the ear. From there, the hands draw a large circle above the head. When the hands come to face height, they separate, the back hand going to the front of the solar plexus and the front hand blocking down. Fingertips are at eye height. The front shoulder is relaxed and the waki closed with a fist width under the armpit and the elbow at 90 degrees. The fingertips of the back hand point towards the opponent and the body is in hammi or side-on position.
準備運動をいたします。はい、帯の横持って、はい、指の運動、足の指の運動は1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、右足出して、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。膝上げて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、はい、ちょっと伸ばして、中足返して、かかとを返して、はい、よく振ってください。はい、反対。はい、左足。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、膝上げて。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。はい、伸ばして、中足、かかと返して、はい、よく振って。はい、膝を持って屈伸。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。はい、2、3、4、5、6、7。はい、膝回して、1、2、3、4、5。はい、反対。1、2、3、4、5。はい、はい、腰持って大きく腰回して、1、2、3、4、5、 4、5、はいよ、反対へ、1、2、3、4、5、はい、はい、アキレス腱を帯のこもって、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、新脚です。はい、1、2、3、2、2、3、3、2、3、4、2、3、はい、今度大きく返して、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、前後開脚、はい、右を向いて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、反対、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、中央、はい、1、2、3、4、6、7、8、9、10、腰を下ろして、はい、右から、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、はい、正面に、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10、胸から腹がつくように、はい、直れ、はい、足を閉じて、はい、前に、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10、ずっと伸ばしてね、はい、それまで、はい、右足をグッと引いて、はい、付け根に持ってきて、はい、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10、はい、体をひねって反対の胸がつくようなつもりで、胸をつけるようなつもりでね、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10、はい、両足を引いてください。はい、前に、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10、はい、足膝を振って、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、膝を持って、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、左足を伸ばして、右足首、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、指を返して、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、引きつけて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、頭の後ろ、足をかけて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、反対、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対、はい、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、理解して、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、引きつけて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、頭の後ろ、足をかけて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、逆正座、はい、頭の後ろ手組んで、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、来て取って、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、中足を返して、かかとを持ってぐるっと反ります。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、そのはい、そのまま正座をして、この後ろに帰ります。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、直れ、はい、前手ついて背伸ばし、はい、1、2、3、は はい、C。反対 H。A。3。はい、C。はい、上体を起こしてください。はい、前後屈10で結び立ち、頭の下手組んで、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10、上伸びて、はい、左右に振って、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、変則立ちになって前後小手、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、半歩開いて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、引を引いて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、クソをつかないで。はい、姿勢出して、はい、肩を回します。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、はーちゃん対、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、はーち。はい、帯をこもって首前後、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、横に、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、ひねって、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10回して、1、2、3、4、5、はい、ロー、反対へ、1、はい、3、4、5、はい、ロー、はい、姿勢出して、はい、それでは回し受けです。はい、前から、1、3、はい、4、はい、横に、はい、1、はい、3、はい、4、はい、今度は後ろに、はい、1、はい、3、はい、4、はい、今度下、はい、1、はい、3、はい、4、はい、なおれ、はい、クソってなってね、はい、セーターして、左対、右三鎮立ち、よー、へい、先生はい、右手首を持って指をやって、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対、はい、3、4、5、6、7、8、はい、正拳をグッと握って、はい、力入れて、はい、振って、はい、反対です。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、はい、握って、やって、はい、振って、はい、倒れ、左三鎮立ち、よー、へい、はい、下から合掌、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、指を合わせて、はい、力をバッと入れてください。はい、振って、はい、手の甲を下から合わせて、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、反対に返して、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、振って、はい、倒れ、はい、右三鎮立ち、よー、待てー、イエーはい、それ
I'd like to now continue with an explanation of the Kihon basics. Before going into the explanation, though, I would like to remind you of a number of points vital for general training. Firstly, let us look at the importance of good posture and good balance. This is important for all training. Basically, there should be about 70% of your weight on the front half of the feet, the balls of the feet to the toes.
全側転に 70%、約 70% ぐらいの体重重心を置くというような心持ちですね。そして
The weight is kept low, squarely centered on an imaginary line extending down from your center. Don't lift and tense the shoulders. Again, 70% of the weight is on the balls of the feet, and the weight is centered low. The human body is balanced front and back, left and right, upper and lower. Now, if you can imagine the body being cut along the balance line front and back, then again, along the side balance line, the edge where these two planes meet can be considered your center line. If this line is extended down to the floor, this is the point where the body weight is centered. Now, if you also imagine cutting the body in half, top and bottom, the point where the three planes, front and back, left and right, top and bottom meet, is the center of balance, the center of gravity of the body. This is from where the power of the body is generated. Please try to remember this and visualize it in your training. Stand straight with good posture and balance. The next point I would like to emphasize is the importance of correct movement. Our training is very repetitious for a good reason. The human body is very honest. Whatever it repeats often enough, it accepts. Your body will learn exactly as you move. If you don't move correctly, you will definitely develop bad habits. Bad movement creates bad habits. So whenever you train, it is vital you train correctly. The most fundamental point to remember with all movement is that all movement should be one. Any technique should be done as a single movement. Then, it is important in Kihon Geiko, basic training, to think about the extent, the range of motion of the joint. Without going overboard and introducing unnecessary motion, try to use the full range of movement in the relative joints in all techniques. Then, when you train, whether hitting, blocking or kicking, know exactly what part of your body you are using, what part of your opponent's body you are attacking, and the correct way you should be executing the technique. In other words, know what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to, and how you are hitting. This awareness should be uppermost in all your training. All your strength, energy, speed, your balance and posture, your perfect form should all be coordinated with breath and perfect timing at the instant of impact in that single motion. Be aware of this idea every time you train. I'll work first of all through the techniques of the upper body. I'd like to start with an explanation of Seiken Chudansuki. From a correct Sanchin-dachi, the fists are gripped strongly and placed together in front of the solar plexus. Then one hand is withdrawn to under the waki or armpit. The elbow is pulled in towards the spine and the waki is closed.
肘を後ろに引くように、肘を背骨の方にきちっとこう引くように脇を締めてですね、できるだけ目いっぱいこう引いてください。でこの状態から
From this position, as the front hand retracts, you simultaneously strike the opponent in the solar plexus.
手をまっすぐに相手の中段に突き込むと。
That is the simplest explanation of Seiken Chudan-ski. But as I mentioned earlier, be fully aware of what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to, and exactly how you are hitting. With your Seiken, you strike straight out sharply at your opponent's solar plexus. In training, always imagine an opponent the same size as yourself in front of you. At the point of impact, be sure the shoulder is down, relaxed, the waki is closed, and the fist is tight and strong. It is important to remember to strike out from the fist, but retract the arm from the elbow. Don't make the mistake of punching out from the elbow and retracting from the hand. Strike from the fist, retract from the elbow. And as I mentioned earlier, the technique is a single movement. In that single thrust, the breath, speed, correct technique, and balanced posture are all coordinated as one.
正拳の中段突き。軽く1、2、やって。
Next is Seiken Jodan-ski, the upper punch. In essence, it is exactly like the Chudan-ski, but to the face. The target may be between the eyes, the base of the nose, basically the center of the face. As well, Gedan-ski, the downward strike, is also the same. The target area depending on the position of the opponent. If they are standing, the target can be the lower abdomen or the groin. Strike downwards at an angle. If you have controlled the opponent and they are lying on the floor, the target area can be one of many, depending on the situation. So with Gedan-ski, there are numerous variations according to the opponent's situation and position.
上段突きは同じ要領で中段と同じ要領で上段に、そして下段は同じ要領で下段に持っていきます。1、2、はい、気をつけて、1、2、3、
Next is Uraken Gammeuchi, back fist to the face. The striking area is the back of the Seiken, and the target is the bridge of the nose. The hands are placed in front of your chin. They are relaxed, the shoulders are down, and the waki closed. Don't tense the body and strain. This is important for all movement. Relax, drop the shoulders and close the waki. When you stand straight, you close slightly the buttocks and lower abdomen and relax the shoulders. Again, don't lead out from the elbow. Strike from the hand. The weight of the whole body is behind the uraken, and at the point of impact, the wrist is snapped. Again, this is applicable to all technique, but be sure the body's whole weight is in every technique.
体全体をいかにして使うかということを意識してやってください。裏剣の顔面打ちです。よし、はい、はい、気合い入れて、はい、はい、3、はい、5、
Next is Uraken Sayuchi. The hands are at the height of the hikite, the retracting hand, together in front of the chest in the ready position. Again, relax the shoulders. Don't let the hands rise too high in front of the chest. As always, drop the shoulders and close the waki. This time with the elbow at the center of the turning circle, attack the opponent at the side aiming for the temple or the bridge of the nose. One very important point, don't let the hands roll over like this. Of course, uraken is sometimes done like this, but the sayuchi comes from above. The hand travels in front of your face, with the elbow at the center, and snaps down sharply from above. The hand then returns along the same line. The shoulder stays down and relaxed, and again, the weight of the whole body is behind the strike.
体全体で動作をします。裏剣左右打ちです。1、2、はい、気合入れて、
Next is uraken hizouchi. The hands in the basic preparatory position are about one fist off the navel and on top of each other. Again, keep the elbows down, the shoulders relaxed, and the waki closed. The hands then come up naturally into position. From there, strike the opponent's floating ribs with the entire body weight. The center line of the body is the axis, and the forearm swings out and guides the back fist. The movement is somewhat similar to a swinging drum, with the balls attached by strings. This is the image you should carry in mind when doing uraken hizouchi. Once again, know what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to, and exactly how you are hitting. Hit with your back fist into the floating ribs, or where there is no bone protecting. The fist then returns underneath.
引いた拳は下に持ってくる。打って引いた拳は下に持ってくる。裏剣膝打ちです。よし、2、はい、気合入れて、よし、はい、3、はい、5、よし、はい。
Next is uraken mawashiuchi. The striking hand is as if hidden behind the body, and the hikite, the retracting hand, comes across to the opposite side waki area. The feeling is as if the hikite is pulling the striking hand around. Also, as I explained earlier, the whole technique is performed as a single movement. It is important you keep this in mind. Know what you are hitting with, where you are hitting, and how you are hitting. Uraken, either the back of the knuckles or the back of the whole hand, depending on the circumstances, is striking the side of the head, or if you move off to the side when the opponent attacks, the front of the face. The neck, even the armpit. There are a number of possibilities. But for the purposes of Kihon, you are striking the temple of the opponent in front of you. The fist hits and follows through in a full circular motion, back to yourself. Take care to keep relaxed in the shoulder and not let the arm come up at an angle. These errors are common, so be careful to shoot directly at the target area, a direct line, and follow through.
そのまま振り切っていくようにしてください。裏剣の回し打ちです。1、はい、はい、気合入れて、3、4、5、よし、よし、よし、
Next is Seiken Agouchi. From a correctly balanced and centered Sanchin Dachi, the shoulders are relaxed. The hands come up naturally to the height of the chin. Take care not to open the chest too much or close the chest off and rob the technique of power. Don't tense and raise the shoulder. Drop the shoulder and close the waki. Keep the arms relaxed. Strike in a natural flow. The target is the tip of the jaw. A small difference will mean you will hit the base of the nose or a different target altogether. So be very accurate and aim directly at the tip of the chin. Don't open the waki. Keep the shoulder and arm relaxed until the instant of impact. Keep the elbow down to protect the body and the hand up to guard the face against attack. The weight of the whole body is in the hand on impact, and the strength of the whole body retracts the hand back after the strike. Punch straight out and retract straight back in a natural flowing motion. Shoot straight out, come straight back.
正拳顎打ちです。よし、はい、やるて、よし、はい、さっ、はい、もう、よし、はい、それでは、
Next is Shita-ski. In general, Shita-ski in basics is practiced from Kibadachi. From Shizentai, cut the fists across the body into ready position. One foot then goes out 2 shoulder widths. 2 shoulder widths as the hands cross in a double block.
正確に牙立ちに立ちます。しっかりと立ってください。そしてこれは接近戦ですから、接近戦の技ですから。
This technique is a close range fighting technique. It is not really suitable for striking long range. You are striking an opponent very close in, so the back of the fists rise up in front of the solar plexus. From there, one hand withdraws.
そこから片腕をしっかりと引き手に引いて、ここから
strike upwards from just below the solar plexus and penetrate up into the body. Again, the distance is close range, so don't extend the arm too far out. The elbow remains about a fist width off the body. Close the waki and punch straight. Don't punch at an angle. Punch straight forward.
正拳の下突きです。よし、はい、気合い入れて、よし、はい、さっ、はい、もう、よし、
Next is Hijiuchi. As I explained earlier on, to form a good elbow you must bend the arm strongly. Don't make a large unnecessary movement like this, so that even you are unsure which technique you are using. At the same time as the arm withdraws, the fist comes in close and the tip of the elbow strikes across the jaw. The way you use the shoulder is very important. Don't tighten up the shoulder and execute a small movement. This robs the technique of power. Relax and drop the shoulder and close the waki. Push the shoulder forward and try to extend the elbow out as far as possible.
引く手と同時に
Strike simultaneously as you withdraw the 引き手。
手と同時に持ってきます。イメージとして
You
は
might try and
回転するものを
have an image of a ball turning in this way as the body twists.
回転するような感じ、ね、ちょっとこれを離さずにガッとこう回
Aim
転
the elbow point at the target and cut it sharply across in a circle
肩を落として
in this way.
肘の先端をちっと
Drop the shoulder, close the waki and direct the point of the elbow at the target.
肘打ちです。はい、よしはいはい、気合い入れて
This is the basic elbow strike as practiced in Kihon.
直接相手の顎にこう持っていきますけど
The elbow strike is perfect for attacking forward to the side of the jaw
かけるような形でこう
or even under the armpit.
他にも
But there are many other methods of using the elbow.
または上から
Striking down,
落とすような場合または
even striking to the side
肘を張っていくような場合後ろの敵に
or striking to the
い
back.
ろいろあります、ですからそういった、一つ一つの状況を考えながらね
You'll also see many elbow variations and combinations in the kata.
日常の稽古の時でも
Always keep these possibilities in mind and try to apply them in your daily
そういう
training.
ことを忘れないように、しっかりと、念頭に置いて稽古をしてください。はい、それでは
I'd like to now continue with the blocking techniques.
の解説をいたしますが、基本的に受けというのは
Basically, the blocks refer to the many ways to defend against an opponent's
相手の
attacks.
攻撃はどこを狙ってくるかということ
So you have to be aware of exactly where those attacks are going.
手を両
The
方
various vital points of the body can be found on different planes. Firstly, on the center line, from the top of the head to the groin, these are known as the first degree or primary vital points. All the main vital points are on this line. The secondary vital points can be found on the lateral balance line.
頭のてっぺんからこめかみ
From the top of the head, the temple, the origin of the jawbone, the side of the neck, down the side of the body, the insertion points of the different muscles as well.
筋肉の
All the points on this lateral balance line are known as the secondary vital points.
に現れています。それから背面、第三急所、背面です。
The third degree or tertiary vital points
後ろ側
are along the spine,
ここは第三急所
the back side
そして
of the center line.
まっすぐに立って影に隠れる部分
The fourth degree vital points are the parts of the body that are protected by the anatomy.
ですから当然
The points protected when you go into a fetal position.
これは第三急所ですけども
The inside edges of the body and limbs, the inside of the legs, the armpit area, the throat and so on.
喉こういったところが第四急所です
These are the fourth degree
こういったところを
vital
攻
points.
撃をしてくるそれに対して
All of these vital points are the targets of the attacks.
受けを基本
So it is these areas which are protected with the various
こんな感じで組
blocks.
み手に至るまでいろんな
As well, whilst there are basic blocks we use in Kihon, there are many different variations used in Kumite. When you practice the blocks in Kihon,
意識の中では
you should treat the techniques as attacks against the opponent's attacks. Don't just block, but also
攻撃を
attack.
ただ避けるだけではなく相手のついてきた腕
Attack their punching arm and hit their kicking leg.
攻撃だと
This is the correct spirit in which to approach your blocks.
と思います。はい、それでは
Let's begin with the upper block, Jodan Uke. From Shizentai, take up a correct and strong Sanchin Dachi.
この位置から上段受
The
け
arm goes into the Jodan Uke position.
受けた手が自分の額から約
The
2
blocking hand is about 2 fists off the forehead.
正面から見たときに片目が隠れるかなといったところです。
The attack is redirected by having the arm rise up at about 45 degrees.
そしてこの腕と小手
It is this part of the forearm
突き上げるようにして受けていきますから
that the block is made
しっかりと
as the arm rises up sharply.
動作としてはこの受けた手からこの
As far as the actual movement goes, you should always be aware of covering and defending the center line where the primary vital points are
しっかり
found.
と引 手として持ってきます。この時に受ける手は脇から、拳の引き手
The
から
blocking arm starts at the
脇を開け
waki,
ずに脇を締めた状態で
covers across the center line to the opposite side of the body,
弾き
and rises up at 45 degrees.
引き手は
The hikite, retracting
中
hand,
線上をカバーしながら外側に
covers the center
側
line
から弾き上げます。
before it
この時に
retracts.
ここで動作が一旦止まらないように
It is also important that you don't pause or jerk during the technique.
あく
The
ま
whole
で
movement is one single smooth flow.
一つの
Be very aware of this.
この点を間違えないようにしてください。上段受けです。1、2、はい、キャッチ外受けです。
Next is chudan sotouke.
え
The hand of the blocking
ー
arm comes from behind the
後
head.
ろにして肘を大きく
Pull the elbow right back in a large
動作が
motion.
肘の角度が狭いと小さな動きになってしまいます。
If the elbow movement is cramped and the angle small, the whole movement becomes limited. So pull the elbow right
こ
back.
の外受けの場合、後ろに真後ろに肘を向けるような形で。
The blocking hand comes from behind the head and the hikite comes from beneath the waki, as if the arm is acting as a cover.
引く手で受ける手
It
を
is as if you are pulling the blocking arm around with the opposite hand,
体全体
and you block with the spirit of repelling the attack with the whole body.
そこに受ける手がこうついてくるようなイメージ。
In the finish position,
頭の後ろから
there is approximately 1 fist width under the waki,
決まった時には
and the elbow is 90 degrees.
一拳、腕の角度は90度。基本的にはこの
Generally, you block with the forearm just below the wrist, but sometimes you may use the forearm near the elbow, where it is bulkier, or even the elbow itself.
肘の先端を使う場合、
Sometimes you may even block as if to enwrap the opponent's attack, not so much to block, but to absorb the blow in.
と
and counter the attack.
いろいろあります。今基本の場合は
There are many variations.
この
In
位置から
Kihon, however,
手の腕を
there is
叩
only one right way,
横からついてきた、また蹴ってきた
defending against the technique coming straight in.
叩いて
Don't just block passively, but hit the attacking arm or leg with the intent of breaking it, bringing your whole body into play.
決まった時には
In the finished position, the hikite should be back far enough so that the hand is not visible from the front,
半身になってください。
so the body turns into a hummy 45 degree
受けた手が
half body position.
体の
The blocking hand must be taken right across to the other side of the body.
ここで残っていて
Twist the body on the block and redirect the attack away from your body.
相手の攻撃を自分の体以外のところに逃がしてやる。そういうつもりで受けてください。外受けです。はい、よし。はい。はい、気をつけ。中段の内受けです。
Next we have chudan
内
uchiuke.
受けは
In this technique, the blocking arm comes from under the opposite waki,
引き手の
passes along the outside of the arm,
手の外側
and shoots across from the inside.
弾き出すようにして受けます。この時にし
Again,
っかりと
turn into hummi, angle the body,
体の中心部に
and block
腕を
across the center line.
必ず外
The
側
block
まで
continues to the outside of the body and redirects the attack away from your own
行
body.
う場合はこの受けた手が引き手に変わっていきますが、受
The
けた手が
movement should be
自
kept
然に
simple and natural
体が回転するのに
as the body turns and the arm
や
unwraps.
りやすいような位置
Keep the movement smooth.
にこう持ってきます。
The setup position can be seen as either protecting the center line
この
or
ま
the
ま牽
chin.
制しているような
Once again,
自分の中
the
心部
blocking arm comes from under the opposite
行
waki
っても構いません。
and passes along the outside of the
手
hikite.
の外側を通ってしっ
Keep
か
the
り
movements large as possible and
大きな
relaxed.
動作をしてください。中段の内受けです。よし。はい。はい、気をつけ。中
Next is gedanbarai, the lower parry. This is perfect for defending against kicks rising up or when the opponent's strike is low. This is also very good for redirecting chudan attacks downwards. There are numerous variations of this block. The hikite begins in front of the groin as if to protect the groin, and the blocking hand is up as though grabbing the opposite ear. Again, take care not to open the waki. Keep the shoulder relaxed and down, and the elbow down as well. The waki is also a vital point, so must be protected. As the arm descends, it crosses past the opposite arm at the forearm. You may also imagine the arm coming down on a wrist hold to escape the grip. As they block, kick or grab, you sweep the attack away with a powerful motion. Again, keep the motion large. Don't let the motion become small and cramped. As always, stretch out and use the full range of your joints in this technique. The last block is uchiuke gedanbarai. The lower parry and middle block are done as normal, except that when done simultaneously, the elbows must meet at the center line. As far as possible, you can cross the arms as deeply as you can. The lower hand passes on the outside and twists into uchiuke. The upper arm crosses on the inside and parries downward in gedanbarai. The arms start and finish simultaneously, smoothly and without jerking, straight into the exact finish position. Do not allow the arms to finish too wide outside the body. Of course, it is possible that an attack may come to the lower and middle levels at the same time, but the application of this technique may also vary so that one arm is an attack. The upper arm becomes uraken, or perhaps the lower arm becomes tetsui. There are numerous variations. Also, the opponent may not be in front. The block may be used in kumite, done from the side, or it may be used against being grabbed. There are many applications possible. I'd like to now continue with the shito techniques. From shizentai, take a strong sanchin dachi. Form a correct shito as already explained. Once again, pull the thumb right back. Don't let the thumb come in. Hold the fingertips lightly together. As always, be fully aware exactly of which part of the hand you will be striking with. First, Gammenuchi. The technique is similar in some ways to the Chudan Sotoke. The elbow is pulled back strongly and the waki is covered by the hikite. The hikite pulls the arm around. The target is the temple of an imaginary opponent your own size. Let the hand cut across horizontally like a knife. If you are not fully aware of what part of this shuto you should be hitting with, it's possible that you could hit with the fingertips, or the wrist may not be right, or the whole angle could change. As far as possible, be sure the strike travels horizontally at eye height, and the hite retracts and pulls across strongly. As always, know what you're hitting with, where you're hitting to, and how you're hitting. Striking the opponent's temple with the shito in a horizontal circular motion, cut through the target, and finish in line with the opposite side of the head, so the inside of the hand is in line with the eye.
手刀顔面打ちです。はい、1、はい、はい、気合い入れて、
Next is the shito sakotsuchi, the strike to the collarbone. The starting point is the same as the gammenuchi. This time though, instead of cutting horizontally, you bring the hand down vertically, like a sword cut. Keep the line vertical. The target is the clavicle or collarbone, the protruding bone from the neck to the shoulder. Strike straight down from on top. As always, the elbow movement is very important. Keep the elbow movement large. If the elbow motion is cramped, it is difficult to bring the entire body into play. So take the elbow in a large motion from the back, over the head, and straight to the front. Keep the shoulder relaxed and the waki closed.
脇をしっかり締める。手刀鎖骨打ちです。よし。はい。はい、気合い入れて。はい、
Next we have shito sakotsu uchikomi. The technique of striking here is so similar to the middle or upper punch, it in fact could be regarded as the same, with the seiken changed to shito. The target is again the collarbone. As the opponent moves in or attacks, you simultaneously strike the collarbone. There are many possible applications. From the retracted position, the fingertips shoot towards the opponent. Just before impact, the shito snaps out, in the same way that you might use a knife to slice. Take care not to open the waki and keep the shoulder relaxed. As I explained with Seiken Chudanski, don't lead out from the elbow. Keep the shoulder relaxed and the waki closed. Strike straight out from the hand, retract from the elbow. Maintain a strong shito and strike out straight with good technique.
目的地を捉えるように、目的した位置を捉えるように、しっかりと動作してください。手刀鎖骨打ち込みです。よし。はい。はい、気合い入れて。はい。
Let's now look at Shito Uchi Uchi, inside strike. In this technique, the setup is as if the striking hand is taking hold of the opposite side ear, similar to the Geiran Barai starting position. The strike goes from the inside out. In Kihon, you strike the temple of an imaginary opponent. As the hand retracts, the forward hikite remains where it is, where it may be regarded as a cover against an attack or even a setup to torque the power of the spine. From this position, the strike shoots out simultaneously with the retraction of the hikite. Again, be careful not to elevate the shoulder and open the waki. Some people lift the shoulder in this fashion. Take care to avoid this. Relax the shoulder and close the waki. Strike out with a feeling of dropping the elbow down. As in all Shito strikes, the wrist is straight and the back of the hand is not bent upwards. Keep the wrist and hand strong and concentrate the energy in the Shito. There are various ways to use the technique, as a block, perhaps hooking the wrist or hooking the opponent's neck. But for the sake of Kihon, regarded as a Shito Uchi Uchi, inside strike, straight to the neck of the opponent. Keep the wrist strong. Shito Hizoichi. The starting point of this technique is the same as Shito Gamuichi, strike to the temple. In fact, the technique is so like the Gamuichi, it may be regarded as the same, except it descends downwards into the floating ribs of the opponent. From behind the head, carve a large circle, descend down into the floating ribs. Be sure the wrist is bent strongly to expose the strongest part of the Shito knife hand, and pull the elbow in slightly. The shoulder is relaxed, the waki is closed and the elbow is pulled in. Try to feel the power of the whole body behind the technique. If the elbow is raised from tension in the shoulder, you cannot get power or body weight in the technique. So as always, relax and drop the shoulder. Close the waki, keep the elbow down. Aim at the floating ribs, but cut through the target to the opposite hip or leg. As the Shito strikes, retract the hikite strongly.
Shito Hizouchi desu.
I'd like to now look at sokugi or kicking techniques, beginning with the maikiage. From a shizentai position, we go into zenkutsudachi. Drop the weight on the command kamaete. We cut the hands across the body and take the correct zenkutsudachi stance. In that position, we grip the belt strongly so the hands don't come away. In kicking training, we sometimes hold the belt and sometimes have the hands up. If you train with the hands out of the belt all of the time, you may tend to depend on the hands for finding your balance and power, and you could develop bad habits. To prevent this, we relax the shoulders and hold the belt. As you advance in the ranks, or sometimes in kumite, you might find yourself kicking following a punch or immediately following a block. To this end, we train with the hands holding the belt to develop a good habit of using the weight of the body and feeling the correct balance properly without depending on the hands all the time. To this end, we hold the belt and keep the shoulders relaxed. Hold the side of the belt strongly. In Maikyage, the kicking legs, knee and heel are stretched out, and the foot is pushed strongly into Chusoku position. The legs swing straight up the center line. Kick straight up and return the leg straight back. Don't open the leg wide. As far as possible, kick straight up the center line and withdraw the leg along the same line. Don't let the leg come inside or go outside. Also, don't simply elevate the leg like a stretching exercise without any awareness of an opponent. It is a kick, so always, as usual, know what you're hitting with, where you're hitting to, and how you're hitting. You kick with the ball of the foot straight up under the opponent's chin. Always be aware of this. Next is the Uchimashi-geri. In the dojo, sometimes it is simply known as Uchimashi. Again, hold the sides of the belt. The decision to hold the sides or the front of the belt depends simply on the line of the leg in the kick. When kicking forward, the hands hold the side of the belt so as not to interfere with the kick. Similarly, the hands hold the front of the belt in the side kicks. With the Uchimashi, the kick goes up at the front, so we hold the sides of the belt. Except for the Maikyage, kicks in basics are best practiced from Heikodachi. It is sometimes hard for beginners to maintain balance in this position, but if the stance is too wide, then the technique can change somewhat and you'll develop bad habits. So as far as possible, practice from Heikodachi and don't open the stance too wide. Now, Uchimashi-geri. The leg comes up as if to wrap or enfold the body. The leg comes from the inside and draws a large circle. Try to draw as large a circle as possible. The same with the opposite leg. Try to follow exactly the same line. Lift the leg and wrap the body. Try to unwrap your own body. Try to kick in as large a circle as possible in front of the body. It may be used as a block or an attack with the edge of the foot or the heel. There are numerous variations, so be aware of this as you kick. The next technique is Soto Mashi-geri. This is the opposite to the previous technique, Uchimashi-geri. This kick comes from the outside in, again drawing a large circle, striking with the heisoku, the middle of the sole of the foot. You may use the technique to block a kick or a punch or slap across the face, in the same way that you might use an open hand. Stand straight in Heikodachi, hands in the side of the belt. From there, kick across, slapping the opponent's face with the sole of the foot. Take care that both the left and right feet kick along the same circle.
蹴っていってください。外回し蹴りです。はい、よし。はい。はい、気合い入れて。よし。はい。はい。3、4、5、
Continuing now with Hizageri, knee kick. Again, hold the side of the belt strongly. From here, kick straight up the center line. Flex the knee strongly and pull the leg in tightly. And hit here with the top of the knee. Point the toes towards the floor. As with all kicks, don't make a noise when you replace the foot on the floor. Replace it with control, quietly. The knee kick also has a number of variations, straight, from the side or from underneath. But in Kihon training, keep it simple and kick straight up the center line. Lift the knee high and make the movement as large as possible. Relax the shoulders, hold the belt and kick straight up the center line. Keep the hips relaxed. Don't pull them back like this. Be sure to thrust the hips forward and kick high. Next is Kintekigeri, or groin kick. This time we are using the instep, the top of the foot. From Heikodachi, hold the sides of the belt strongly. Use the thrust of the hips and the flex of the knee as you kick. The groin is the target, but the kick should follow through to the height of the belt knot. Don't kick too high though. Kick straight, sharply to the height of the belt, and retract the kicking leg quickly. Keep the technique straight with snap. The kick is going up between two legs, so if the kick comes in at an angle, you can miss the target altogether and hit the thigh. To avoid this, be sure that the kick comes straight. As I mentioned earlier, don't dip the head in the kick. If you allow the supporting leg to bend too much and the head to go up and down, the power is dissipated. Not like this. Be aware of kicking with the instep sharply into the opponent's groin with the whole weight behind it, like this. Kick sharply with snap. Next is Maegeri. In Maegeri, we use the chusoku, the ball of the foot. From Heikodachi, be careful not to point the toes of the supporting foot outwards too much. Keep the feet straight and hold the sides of the belt. Lift the knee high, straight up to the front, along the center line. As the knee comes up, kick the chusoku out with the weight of the whole foot generated through the hips and abdomen. Snap it straight out with the whole body behind the technique. Ensure the kick is pulled back smartly, not dropped to the floor.
蹴ったら必ず
kick and retract the foot fully.
戻してやってください。蹴ったら必ず引いて足を戻してやってください。上半身の基本の時に説明し
As
た
I explained earlier on,
肘の
the
大きさ
correct movement of the elbows affects the quality
大きさ
and
が
power of the
体
techniques of the
全
upper
体の
body.
大きさにつながっていくと。また体を使うことを覚えることにつながっていくと。同様に
In the same way, with
膝の
kicks, it is the knee that affects the quality of the technique.
がそれを左右する。
If the knee is not elevated properly, the foot cannot kick up correctly either.
基本稽古で
In Kihon,
もちろん中段前蹴
for
り
the sake of the training benefit,
中段前蹴りとありますけど
always try to
でき
kick
るだけ
higher.
高く
With
上段
Mayagiri,
前蹴りを
try to kick to the head
前蹴りの稽古
maintain good form
心がけて
throughout the technique.
高く正確に
Kick high with good technique.
前蹴りです。はい、よし。はい、やるて。はい、続いて
Next, we have Yoko Kiage.
今まで前の
Until this point, we have only addressed kicks to the front.
横の
We will now look at kicks to an opponent at our side.
ですから帯の横を持た
To this end, hold the belt tightly at the front.
帯の前を持って稽古します。平行立ちに立った位置から
From Hekodachi,
前蹴上げと同
we
様
will kick up in a similar way to Mai Kiage, except to the side.
前蹴上げであれば中足の箇所は横蹴上げの場合は側頭に
Whereas with Mai Kiage, we use Chusoku. In Yoko Kiage, we use Sokuto, the foot edge.
膝をしっかり伸ばしてかかとは
Elevate the leg sharply, kicking up from underneath. Extend the knee and push the edge of the heel out.
横に蹴り上げます。
Kick directly to the side.
先が上に立ってこう上がらない
As you kick, don't let the toes rise
の
up.
方が上になって
The heel should protrude up and strike the target.
これを注意してください。
Be very careful of this point.
体に対して足が
Also, don't let the leg drift to the front.
あくまでも
As far as possible, kick straight to the side.
真横に上げるような意識を持って稽古をしてください。横蹴上げです。はい、よし。はい、気合い入れて。はい、それでは
We'll continue now with Yokogeri.
帯の前をしっかりと持って。
Again, hold the belt strongly at the
すぐに
front.
立ったら、つる足立ちになります。
Lift the leg straight up into Tsuruashidachi
側頭の位置が膝の
with the foot next to the knee of the supporting
まで
leg.
こう引き上げます。この位置から真横
From
の
this position,
に対して
kick straight to the side, either Chudan, Jodan, or Geidan, of
と
course.
ありますけれども、
But in Kihon, always
上段
aim
を目指して
to stretch up and kick Jodan.
引き上げたところから腰を返して
Extend the hip into the kick and rotate the supporting leg.
蹴り上げて
Snap the leg out
蹴った
sharply.
後この足をこう
After the kick,
よく言いま
just
すが
like the front kick,
前蹴り同様
retract the kicking
蹴
leg
った足は
and hips.
引いて蹴った足は引きつけて引きつけて
Some students let the leg fall, but be sure to
腰をしっかり
retract
と
the
返
kick.
してあるこの腰が残ったまま
Don't leave the hips into the technique. Extend the hips fully into the technique, otherwise it just becomes a flick.
蹴りをするためにはきちっと
It is a kick.
蹴りのその効果を出
To
すため
kick
に
with
は
power,
きちっと腰を回転させて
make a good sokuto, extend the hips into the technique, and kick sharply with the heel.
側頭をしっかりと返してかかとの部分で蹴り込んでやります横蹴りです。はい、よし。はい、気合い入れて。それでは横蹴りの下段、関節蹴りです。
Now we'll look at 関節蹴り。
膝関節を蹴ったりする場合があります
This kick can attack the knee or even the groin.
狙っていってください。
In general training though,
蹴り方の要領は
aim the kick at the knee
高
joint.
さが違うだけです。
The technique is exactly the same as Yokogeri,
つる足立ちになって
only the height is
1
different.
箇所を蹴るからといっていい加減にこう足を上げてから始まらないように
Withdraw the foot into tsuruashidachi, fully elevating the knee, even though the kick is aimed low.
腰を返して
Kick sharply down, dropping the hips into the technique.
そして蹴った足は
Retract the foot fully before replacing it on the
か
ground.
ら平行立ちに戻るように
Kick down, pull back, kick down,
膝を引き上げて
and pull back
蹴り下ろし
before replacing the foot.
蹴り下ろして返す蹴り下ろして返す
Be aware of this important point.
関節蹴りです。はい、よしはいはい、蹴るてはい、それでは後ろ蹴りです。後ろ蹴り
Next is Ushirogeri.
部位は
In this kick, you are striking with the heel.
を返してつま先を
So pull the toes back tightly towards the knee
かかとを
and push the heel out strongly.
構えて
Stand straight and hold the belt at the front once
前を
again.
持ってこの位置から相手をしっかりと見て
Look first, making sure of the target.
それと同時に
At the same time, lift the knee in a compact, tight manner.
まとめます。まとめたところから
Then extend fully the
そ
leg
して一つ一つの蹴りが終わったら正面を見て元の位置に戻る。そして
and be sure you return facing the front and stand straight between each of the kicks.
同時に蹴り込む。確認すると同時に蹴り込んでいきます。
Look first and then kick. Make sure of the target and then
蹴って
kick.
戻してやる。
Elevate the knee fully before extending the leg. Not in a lazy way like this.
しっかりと
Concentrate on perfect technique.
動作
Kick out with the heel.
かかとを
Retract the leg sharply and replace it on the floor with control.
してください。後ろ蹴りです。はい。よし。やって。よし。はい。さあ。四。五。六。七。はい、回し蹴りです。
回し蹴り。
回し蹴りは膝を高く横から
In the roundhouse kick,
中央にこう持ってくる
the knee is elevated high to the side before turning
手を
in.
持って
So hold the belt at the front
足の
again
動きに邪魔にならないよ
to
うに
keep the hands out of the way.
この位置から平行立ちに立って正面を向いてきちん
Look
と
to the front in heikodachi with good posture.
膝を引き上げて
Lift the knee high to the side
ここから
and from there twist to the center.
腰を返すためには軸足が
Turn the hips into the kick.
回転しなければ
To do this, you must maintain good balance and rotate the supporting leg on the ball of the foot.
相手の
Extend the knee in as you rotate and kick to the center.
段階から膝から下を伸ばして、蹴ってやります。使う箇所は中足
You can use the ball of the foot, the instep or the
ですけ
shin.
ども、初心者
But
の
for
方は
beginners,
しっかりと指
it
先
is
までを意
best
識
to
する
concentrate on pulling the toes
意識を持つ
back
ために、
and using the
ではな
chusoku.
くできれば
the ball of the
中足で
foot.
足を指先を意識して中足で稽古を行う方がいいと思います。一つ一つの動作を大切に
Treat each kick separately and return to the correct position every
蹴
time.
った足は同じように
In training, always withdraw the leg on the same line as you kicked.
引いてやって稽古をしてください。回し蹴りです。はい、1、2、はい、キャルテン、3、左足前、前屈立ち、下段払い逆突き、構えて、その位置から円形逆突き、キャルテン、よし、はい、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、鍵突き。
つい。さあ、股間上げ受けから抜き手。さあ、さあ、股間打ち。さあ、背頭打ち。さあ、さあ、もろ手突き。さあ、さあ、手刀もろ手受け。さあ、背頭受けです。さあ、さあ、にゃっ、さあ、さあ、にゃっ、十字受けです。さあ、さあ、さあ、さあ、すね受け。そう、さあ、よし、そう、さあ、よし、後ろ回し蹴り。さあ、掛け蹴り。そう、よいしょ。かかと落とし蹴り。さあ、よし、よいしょ。
I'd like to now explain the formal breathing techniques. Firstly, normal deep breathing. Basically, inhale as deeply as you can and exhale in the same way. The breath in is important, but so is the breath out. Expel all the air and breathe out fully. The accompanying movement is like this. The palms are up and the arms retract fully as far as possible to open the chest and lungs. On the breath out, the palms turn and push down as though lightly pressing a length of wood down in water. Fill the lungs and concentrate the energy in the lower gut, then breathe out fully. The timing is a 5-5 rhythm. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the technique of deep breathing. I'll now explain Nogare breathing techniques, both Omote and Ura. As with normal deep breathing, the object is to breathe in and out as deeply as possible. Only the rhythm and movement change. First, Omote. You move the arms as though hooking the opponent and pulling them in towards yourself. As the arms withdraw, you breathe in deeply through the nose. On the breath out, turn the palms down and concentrate on relaxing and dropping the arms lightly. The rhythm is 7 to 3. Breathe in
2、3、4、5、6、7
and out.
で1、2、3ぐらいで吐くような形です。
Breathe in slowly and out quickly.
これが
This is omote.
続いて裏ですが、裏は
Next
反対に
is ura.
下から
Breathing is the opposite. The hands draw in with the palms up
手のひ
and
ら
the
を
breath in is rapid.
素早く吸い込みます。そして
The breath is concentrated at the one point in the lower abdomen
息を止めて
and the body is in a state of tension.
前の相手の
The hands then go out as if to strike the opponent with nukite.
そして突き切ったら
As the strike finishes, the body relaxes, the hands open and fall away as the breath is completed. The rhythm of this technique,
1、2、3で吸い切って
3 in,
止めて集中をして
concentrate the breath down,
体を解放しながら
relax the body and breathe out to 7.
3、4、5、6、7ぐらいで吐くような形です。早く吸って
Breathe in sharply, concentrate the mind and tense the body,
体を締めて
then breathe out slowly and release the tension.
逃れの呼吸を
With both omote and ura, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth.
逃れの呼吸の表と裏でした。はい、それで
I'll
は
now explain the ibuki breathing technique.
息吹は鼻から
In ibuki, the breath is drawn in sharply through the nose.
成果丹田を中心に
Then, with the energy concentrated at the one point in the lower abdomen,
息を吐くとき
and as the body
に
is fully
息をしっかり開い
tensed,
て喉か
you
ら
breathe out forcefully.
というような呼吸法ではなくて
As you breathe out, expand the throat. The sound does not so much come from the throat
息を吐き
as
切
from
る
the air being forced out from the abdomen, the seika tanden point.
足の指で床をし
The
っか
whole
り
body is tensed.
股関
The
節
toes grip the
しっかり
ground.
締めて
The buttocks are squeezed tightly, the hips tensed, and the energy concentrated at the tanden.
吸い込んだら
The shoulders drop down and the waki closed. The breath is forced out sharply.
吐き切ります。この位置から
From this position, force the breath out sharply.
この体を緩
Try
め
to
た
feel the
時と
difference between the extremes of expansion and relaxation, tension and concentration in the
自分の
body.
中心点ですね、正中心、体の中心を
The whole body contracts strongly around the center. Feel this contraction as you breathe the ibuki breath.
呼吸法の練習をしてみてください。これがいぶきの呼吸法です。はい、それで
Let
は
us now look at
移動稽古
Irogeko,
ですが
or moving
移動
basics.
稽古というのは文字通り
As you are aware, Irogeko is the practice of all the basic techniques we have looked at so far with movement across the floor.
移動というものには
To this end, we must study the various patterns of
そこ
footwork.
で勉強しなければならないの
I would
は
like to now look at a number of basic drills and patterns and explain them in
いた
depth.
したいと思います。はい、それでは
Firstly, moving in
前
Zenkutsudachi.
後移動です。前屈立ちの前後移動は
It is important to remember that moving forward and back in
前
Zenkutsudachi
屈立ちを立った
is in a
時
straight line.
一直線上まっすぐに移動します。
You step straight through. There should be no unnecessary motion, especially any up and down movement as you step
体の
across the
上揚移動
floor.
がないように腰の位置を一
The
定に
hips
して
remain on the same plane at all times.
まっすぐに移動するわけですが
Next, remember not to open the knee as you
状
move.
態で
Keep the knee pointing straight ahead and the strength of the stance
膝を
inwards.
内側に向けて内側にしっかりとこう返して移動するようにしてください。そしてさらに言えば、動く前に前進する前にこの前足の
Also, do not turn the foot and point the toes outwards before moving. The front foot does not move at all until the back foot comes forward.
自然に帰っていきます。
It then turns naturally.
交代は
The same applies when moving backwards. The front foot withdraws straight back
引いていきます。
and the back foot turns naturally.
前屈立ちの前後移動です。前屈立ち下段払いよーてはい追いつきよしはいさはい下がりよしはいさはい上段中段片手で上段中段2本突きよしはいはい
はい、よし。はい、はい、それでは
Let's now look at turning in Zen Kutsudachi.
仕方の解説をいたします。
Firstly, we can check the stance
まず
itself.
前屈立ちの、立ち方を確認すると、
It's one shoulder width wide across.
両足の小指から小指までがしっかりと収まるように、平行立ちから
From Heikodachi,
まっ
the
すぐ
leg
に
drives straight back approximately 2 shoulder
足を引い
widths.
て構えるわけです。前の足は相手
The
の
front foot faces directly ahead and the back
後ろの
foot
足はつま先が
has its toes at about 45
後ろ
degrees.
足の膝はしっかりと伸ばして
The
前
back
足の
leg is locked straight
膝は深く折るわけ
and
で
the
す。
front leg is bent deeply.
前方から後方への
From this position,
をします。
let us look at turning 180
意
degrees.
識の移動、また体重の移動、
It is important to maintain awareness, correct distribution of weight and balance when moving.
まず後ろの足を
Firstly,
後ろ
the
の足
back leg moves
ターバ
across.
ンの中にあるわけですから、
The stance is one shoulder width wide, so we must move 2 shoulder widths when turning.
この時にしっかりと中足の位置でしっかりと足の位置を
The
確
foot
認
is
する
placed deliberately with the chusoku on the floor. At the same
自
time,
分の相手
look behind and sight the
相手
opponent.
も確認します。
Your awareness also goes to behind.
前方から後方にしっかりと意識の転換がなされるわけです。この位置から体重
From this position, the weight transfers to the opposite leg, and the stance is established as the body turns completely.
受けを伴って
A block is usually completed on the
回る場合
turn.
が多いと思います。しっかりと足を移動して
The foot position is
しっ
established.
かりと移
The
動して
opponent behind is confirmed visually.
相手を確認して
The body turns, and the weight and balance are established in the
重心
stance.
を定めてバランスよく立ちます。前屈立ちの方向転換の仕方です。はい、それでは
Next is moving in Zen Kutsudachi in Kaiten or Ura.
しっかりと
From the correct stance,
この位置から
we're going to turn 360
前
degrees.
進していくわけです。
Firstly, concentrate the weight on the ball of the front foot.
中足に、つま先に意識を集中して若干かかとを上げるような心持ちで、そこを中心に後ろ足ができるだけ
With
中
the
心点に
front foot at the center of the circle, the back leg comes through as close as possible to your front leg
回転した中足
and your
が
center of balance.
足の位置を
The turning
き
foot
ちっと
then establishes the correct position on the ball of the foot and the heel is placed on the floor.
繰り返しですね。
The weight goes to the ball of the
つ
front
ま先
foot.
に意識を置くような形で
The weight goes to the front foot.
できる
The
だけ
back leg
中
comes
心
through
点に
as
近い
close as
ところ
possible
で回して
and the weight settles into the next stance as you spin.
この位置から
From this position, spin with balance and
この
control.
形で回ります。交代も同様
It is also the same in reverse.
つま先に意識を置いて、ここを中心に出た
The weight centers on the ball of the back foot as the body spins in the opposite
出た
direction.
反対側の軌跡をたどっ
The weight
て
goes to the front of the back foot
後ろ足の
as you turn in the
つま
opposite
先を
direction.
中心に
The body spins with balance and control.
全身に対して交代です。
This is the method of turning in kaiten in Zen
全身
Kutsudachi.
交代を行います。逆突き一本ついて、正拳中段逆突き。はい。はい。3。はい。手。よし。はい。3。はい。手。上段突き、中段突き2本、交互の3本突き。よし。よし。はい。はい。3。2。手。よし。はい。3。2。手。上段受け、中段外受け、中段内受け、回って下段払い。はい。はい。3。2。手。よし。はい。3。2。手。 上段受け、上段逆突き、中段外受け、中段逆突き、中段内受け、中段逆突き、待って、下段払い、下段逆突き。よし。はい。はい。さあ。はい。よし。はい。さあ。はい。
Let us now look at moving in Kokutsudachi. Basically, there is no real difference with the movement in Zenkutsudachi. From a good Kokutsudachi, the leg comes straight through. Be sure the leg comes straight through. It is a demanding stance, especially for beginners, but try to stay deep in the stance and avoid any up and down motion. The front foot remains where it is. Keep the body relaxed and pull the knee in and move in a straight line. Maintain a correct stance with 70% of the weight on the back leg and 30% of the weight on the front leg. The body is deep and balanced on the center line. Now I'll describe turning in Kokutsudachi. Stand in a strong right foot forward Kokutsudachi. The weight is properly distributed, 70% on the back leg, 30% on the front leg. The front heel is off the ground. To turn, firstly, we must transfer the weight from the left back leg to the right front leg. At the same time, turn your head and confirm the position of the opponent behind you. The front heel then turns and establishes its correct position. As you look behind, the toes are at 45 degrees. From this position, the heel then goes down and the turn is completed. The stance settles and the left chusoku takes its proper position. Once again, it's the same on the opposite side. The front foot turns as the weight goes forward. Turn, confirm the position of the opponent, settle the weight, and again the front foot takes its proper position.
これがコークス立ちの方向転換の仕方です。コークス立ち、手刀回し受け、よー、てい、えい、えい、えい、さっ、えい、てい、えし、えい、さっ、えい、てい、手刀回し受け、もろ手突き、えい、えい、さっ、えい、てい、えい、さっ、えい、てい。
Let us now look at moving in Sanchin Dachi. First of all, assume a good Sanchin stance. Like other stances, avoid any up and down movement when you step. Drop the hips and bite in with the toes. As the foot comes through, you draw a half circle on the floor with the tips of the toes. The feet come together, you draw a half circle and establish the correct position of the foot. The same movement applies on the other side.
三鎮立ちの前後移動です。はい、それでは
I'll now explain turning in Sanchin Dachi.
を説明いたします。
First of all, assume a strong Sanchin stance with your right foot forward.
三鎮立ちの立ち方の確認をいたします。両足を
Let's check the stance. The weight is evenly distributed on the toes and balls of both feet, and the hips are dropped down. The toes of the back foot are in line with the toes of the front foot.
足のかかとが接するような形、一足違いでこう立つわけです。この位置から前の足を
To turn the front foot, in this case the right foot, moves directly across to the side.
方向転換をいたします。この時に真横に
Be sure it moves directly to the side.
後ろ足は
The back foot simply adjusts naturally
自然に
into a
乗っかって
deep 駆け足立ち.
駆け足立ちのような形になります。ここから
The weight is on the ball of the foot,
中心につ
and
ま
the
先を
hips
中心
turn
に
to face the opposite direction as the stance settles.
前の足
Again, the front foot moves
真
directly
横に通
across,
してつま先
and
を
the
中
hips
心
turn
に
to assume the stance.
三鎮立ちの方向転換の仕方です。左三鎮立ち。よー。てい。三鎮立ち宇宙系逆突き。はい。はい。三。四。五。はい。てい。よし。はい。三。四。五。はい。てい。はい、それでは騎馬立ちの
Now look at moving in
正
kibadachi.
面に対して45度に
Firstly, assume a 45 degrees kibadachi
この位
position.
置から他の移動と同様に
Like all Ido footwork,
上下の
there is no up and down
騎馬
motion.
立ちを決めた位置から
The hips remain level with the floor as the foot comes through straight.
外に開いた膝を
As you move forward,
しっかりと
do not open the knee
方
outwards.
向に
Rather, pull the knee
向け
inwards
て
as the foot steps through.
移動していきます。交代の時も同
It
時
is the same when going backwards. Keep the weight down and the knee in. Don't swing it outwards.
この円を描くような形での前進交代は絶対に避けてください。必ず
There is no circular motion when moving backwards and forwards straight.
特に騎馬立ち
Especially in kibadachi,
移動を
keep
す
the
る場合
weight
は
down
しっかりと
and bring the knee in slightly as the foot steps through.
内側に向けて移動をしていきます。騎馬立ちの前後移動です。はい、それでは今度
We now
は
look at turning
騎馬立ち
in
の場合
kibadachi
の
and shikodachi.
の仕方を説明いたします。
To start with,
しっかりと
assume a 45 degree kibadachi or shikodachi
この位
stance.
置からこの場合の方向転換の仕方は
From this position, the movement is basically the same as that of Zenkutsudachi, except that where Zenkutsudachi is 70-30 weight distribution, Kibadachi and Shikodachi has the weight evenly distributed 50-50.
それから
Also, the width of the stance, looking from in front,
四股立ちだった時は若
is
干
slightly wider because you're standing at 45 degrees.
広めになるというところです。そういったところに注
If
意
you
をし
keep
て
aware of these differences, the rest is the same. The movement of the legs and the establishment of the foot position as you
全
turn.
く変わりません。
The foot moves across smoothly, and you look as you turn.
中心につま先
The
を
weight
中心に
remains on the balls of the
体の位
feet.
置を決めていくと。
Keep the hips low as you turn.
しっかりと帰ってきます。これが騎馬立ち、四股立ちの場合の方向転換の仕方です。45度騎馬立ち、肘打ち。えいえい3えいてよしえい3えいて1で前屈立ち上段受け上段逆打ち2で前屈立ち外受け中段外受け中段逆打ち3で後屈立ち中段内受け中段逆打ち回って騎馬立ち下段払い下段突きおしおしおしはいはい3ていよしはい前屈立ち上段受け後屈立ち外受け騎馬立ち下段払い
前屈立ち宇宙家の連続動作です。
Let us now look at moving in Kibadachi or Shikodachi with a full 180-degree turn. Firstly, assume a 90-degree Kibadachi or Shikodachi.
またはキバ立ちにこう立っていきます。この位置から、反転、前方の反転ですけども、
We'll be moving forward in 180 degrees.
向いてる方向が180度。
Turning forward 180 degrees.
運動ですが、この時に今移動したように円を描くような。
As the back leg comes through, be careful not to draw a circle with the foot. You're moving straight, so be sure the leg comes through straight. The front foot remains as it is. Don't turn the foot first before you move. It remains as it is, and as the back foot comes through, the front foot will then turn naturally of its own accord, and the heel settles as the body weight drops into the stance again.
しっかりと足の位置を決めて、かかとが返って騎馬立ちにまたはしこ立ちにこう立つということです。後ろ足が前に出る過程の中で
Once again, as the back leg comes through, the front foot will turn naturally and find its proper position as the hips twist into the stance.
立ち方を決めるということです。これが騎馬立ちまたはしこ立ちの場合の前方の反転運動の仕方です。はい、それでは今度は
Next is the technique of stepping behind in the same fashion.
反転移動です。正面に対して
First of all, assume a 90-degree kibadachi, looking to the front.
後方ですんで
This time we are stepping behind,
こういう方向に
so we will come through in this fashion.
この時にやはり前方の移動と同じよう
The same as in the forward step through, avoid moving the leg in a large circle.
かかとと
Rather, bring the heel through in a straight line
ような形でですね
with the ball of the foot on the
開
ground.
かないでまっすぐに
It is as if you are first moving
ような形
into
で
kakeashi dachi.
移動して足の位置を決めたら
When the foot is in the correct position,
中足を中
the
心に
weight
して
goes to the ball of the
回転
feet
してください
and the hips turn.
腰を上げ下げせずにまっす
Don't
ぐ
let the
に
hips rise up.
つま先が
The
すり
foot
出
comes
して
through straight with the toes sliding across the floor.
足の位置を決めていきます。
When the foot is in the correct position, once again, the body turns from the hips. With the weight on the balls of the feet, as far as possible, the leg comes through in a straight line,
まっすぐに
transitions through kakeashi dachi, and the hips turn into the correct position.
騎馬立ちまたしこ立ちの場合の後方の反転移動です。はい、それでは
Next is the method of sidestepping in a 90-degree kibadachi or shikodachi.
仕方またその際の方向転換の仕方を説明いたしたいと思います。正面に対して
First of all,
90度に
assume a 90-degree kibadachi or shikodachi.
しっと立ってください。この位置から
There are two methods of sidestepping in kibadachi.
まず第一に
First is stepping through in front.
前交差の移動また
The second
後ろ
is
交差
stepping
の移動
behind.
これがあります。前に
Step in front,
前駆け足立ち
basically into kakeashi dachi,
左右
and bring the back leg through.
また
Or step behind into kakeashi dachi and follow through.
方法です。腰の上下運動をしないよう
Of
に
course, avoid any up and down motion with the hips. Keep the hips down and watch the opponent at all times.
入っていく。前
As you
交差
step
の場合は
through in front, keep the hips low.
前を交差して深い駆け足立ちになるような形でこの時に腰がくれぐれも浮かないようにしっかりと腰を落としたまま
Don't bring the hips up as the back foot comes through.
また
Again,
後ろに後ろ
stay low as you step through.
移動を
Cross behind into kakeashi dachi and step through. cross in front, cross behind. The legs remain bent and the hips low through the whole movement. Nowhere do the hips rise. You can take a proper fighting kamae or even a yoi position. But above all, transfer your awareness from side to side as necessary, from the opponent in front of you to the opponent behind. Transfer awareness accordingly.
これが騎馬立ち、四股立ちの際の左右の移動、また方向転換の仕方です。騎馬立ち順突き、はい、はい、3、はい、手、はい、はい、3、手、後屈立ち、手刀回し受け、よー、待て、それ、騎馬立ち順突き、騎馬立ち鉄槌、はい、はい、それ、手、はい、はい、それ、手、後屈立ち内受けから前屈立ち逆突きの連続動作です。はい、はい、3、はい、手、はい、はい、3、はい、手、45度騎馬立ち下段払いから前屈立ち逆突きの連続動作です。はい、はい、3、はい、手、はい、はい、3、はい、手、前屈立ち蹴りのよい、手、前手上げ、よし、はい、3、はい、下がり、よし、はい、3、はい、前蹴り、回し蹴り、横蹴り、はい、はい、3、はい、手、はい、はい、3、はい、手、後屈立ち、手刀回し受け、よー、構えて、前蹴りから手刀回し受けもろ手突きの連続動作です。はい、はい、3、はい、下がり、よし、はい、3、はい、左足前、騎馬立ち、蹴りのよい、待て、前交差横蹴り、後ろ交差横蹴り、はい、はい、はい、待て、よし、はい、はい、はい、左足前、騎馬立ち、蹴りのよい、待て、前交差横蹴りから後ろ蹴りの連続動作です。始め、待て、
てい。前屈立ち下段払い。よー構えて前蹴り追い突き。3てい。前屈立ち下段払い逆突き。よー構えて回し蹴り逆突き。左45度前蹴り、右45度裏剣横蹴り、前屈立ち逆突きまでの連続動作です。3てい。左足前、組手の構え。よー構えて連続5本蹴り。始めあって始めあってはい、それでは組手の構えからのステップワークを行います。自然体組手の構え。よー待て追い足3追い下がり3送り足3送り下がり3踏み足3踏み下がり3スイッチ交差3 4 5 ロー直れ
Let's now look at the next level of training, prearranged or yakusok kumite, beginning with sambon, three-step kumite.
お願いします。はい、正座して、前屈下段払いよい。
The attacker on kamaete takes a deep zen kutsudachi.
しっかりと正確に前屈下段払いに構えます。
The defender, ukete, cuts the hands across the body and stands in yoi, ready position. First we'll show jodan uke and jodan ski.
3、直れ、交代です。はい、構えて、よし、3、
When you counter, it is important that you move in, control your opponent's position, and suppress the attacking arm.
体を一歩スライドして入って、足を一歩入ってですね。
Step in deeply and strike
と
jodan.
いうような形になります。はい、直れ。はい、お互いね。ありがとうございました。
This time, we will use kicks to defend against the attacker's hand techniques.
はい、バットを互いに。はい、正座して、前屈下段払いよい。はい、よし。はい。3、はい。直れ。交代です。構えて。3。 よし、そっ、はい、直れ。はい、ありがとうございました。おっす、ありがとうございました。はい、それでは続いて
Next, we will use hand techniques to defend against the attacker's kicks.
約束組手、3本組手を行います。はい、向かって、はい、おっす、お願いします。はい、構えて。 よし、はい、さっ、はい、直れ、待て、さっ、よし、はい、さっ、さっ、はい、直れ。
Now we will demonstrate an example of using leg techniques in reply to the attacker's kicks.
3本組手を行います。はい、お互い。よし、お願いします。はい、正座して。待て。よし。はい。さっ。さっ。直れ。待て。よし。
This time, an example of defending with hand techniques against hand attacks, then countering with a kick.
3本組手をやってみたいと思います。はい、お互いに押す。はい、構えて。さあ、よし。はい。3、さあ。あれ。構えて。さあ、よし。はい。さあ。さあ。あれ。
Now we'll show you a method of defending with leg techniques against hand attacks, and then countering with a hand technique of our own.
はい、レイ、よし、よし、待て、さあ、よし、はい、さあ、はい、さあ、あれ、待て、さあ、よし。
Lastly, we use a foot technique to defend against hand attacks. Then we counter with a kick.
いう3本組手を行います。はい、えい、おっす、待て、いや、よし、えい、さ、いや、さあ、あれ、待て、いや、よし、えい、さ、さあ、よし、あれ。
対局その1、はい、よし、えい、3、4、5、6、よし、8、9、10、よし、えい、3、4、5、6、よし、8、9、10、あれ。対局その2、はい、よし、えい、3、4、5、6、よし、8、9、10、よし、えい、3、4、5、6、よし、8、9、10、直れ。対局その3、はい、よし、えい、3、4、5、6、よし、8、9、10、
よしよしく10直れ即技対局その1はいよしえい3 4 5 6よし8よいしょ9 10よしえい3 4 5 6よし8 9 10直れ即技対局その2よいよしえい3 4 5 6よし8 9 10よしえい3 4 5 6よし8 9 10直れ即技対局その3よいよしえい3 4 5 6よし8 9 10よしえい3 4 5 6よし8 9 10直れ金案その1よー1えい3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10よしえい3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10倒れ 金案その2、よーい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、倒れ。金案その3、よー、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、よし、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、倒れ。金案その4、よー、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、よし、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、倒れ。金案その5、よー、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、よし、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、倒れ。金案その1、裏、よー、1、2、3、4、5、 5、6、7、8、9、10、1、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、直れ。ピンアンソロ2裏よー3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、倒れ。ピンアンソノ3裏よー3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、倒れ。ピンアンソロ4裏よー3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、直れ。 平安その後裏よーよし3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。おれ目標三鎮よ3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、よし、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。休め。黙想两次用意1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。倒れ休め。黙想 きの方、よーい、よし、はい、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、よし、はい、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、倒れー、休め。そう撃砕台、よーよし、はい、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、休め。そう撃砕しよう、よーい、よし、はい、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、よし、はい、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、それ。木葬天正、よーい、よし、はい、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、8、 에이 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 ahora Sven 소 사이합 요 X A 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 S A 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 ahora 셋 목소 세엔진 요 S A 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 S A 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 S A 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 ahora Sven 소 가류 요 S A 3 4 5 스시 하시 그 저 에시 에이 섭 시 고 스시 하시 그 저 에시 에이 섭 시 고 스시 하시 그 저 에이 아웃 셋 소 세발 요 아치 에이 섭 시 고 시시 하치 그 저 에시 에이 섭 시 고 시시 하시 그 저 에시 에이 섭 시 고 시시 하시 그 저 아우렛 셋 소 강크 요 에스 에이 섭 시 고 시시 하시 그 저 에스 에이 섭 시 고 시시 하시 그 저 에스 에이 섭 시 고 시시 하시 그 저 에스 에이 섭 시 고 시시 하시 그 저 에스 에이 섭 시 고 시시 하시 그 저 에스 에이 섭 시 고 셋, 하시, 컷, 잡, 아우렛, 셋. 목소 스시호 요이 이십 2 3 10 9 6 7 8 9 10 1 2 3 10 5 6 7 8 9 10 1 2 3 10 9 6 1 8 9 10 1 2 3 10 9 6 7 8 9 10 1 2 3 10 9 6 7 8 9 10 나오래 야수해
I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you of some important points concerning Tameshiwari. As with all Kihon training, you must be fully aware of what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to, and how you are hitting. This especially applies to all Tameshiwari. Be aware of your position, how you are moving, where the opponent is, and how you are going to hit. You must fully grasp this concept in your movements. With a foundation of good posture, speed and strength in the instant of impact, and good technique coordinated with correct breathing, your kicks and punches will be very powerful. Aim your attacks at the vital points of the imaginary opponent. We are looking at Tameshiwari training, but you should approach Tameshiwari as a facet of Kumite. See it in the same spirit as Kumite, as a part of your Kumite training. You are not just breaking boards, you are training to improve and strengthen your Kumite. Before we continue with the section on kumite training, I would like to remind you of a few important points. Firstly, the word kumite means to combine, to mix your techniques with those of your opponent. You mix and blend your movements together. So you have to be aware of your opponent's movements, their attacks, their blocks, their footwork. You must be responsive to them. You must adjust your own movement accordingly. Just doing what you want to do regardless of your opponent is not kumite. So always be aware of your opponent and their techniques as you train kumite. Coordinate your movement with theirs. If they punch, counter with a kick. If they kick, strike. If they block, counter. This is a basic principle of kumite. Also, when you hit, you should be aiming to hit the weak points, the vital points of the body. It is difficult, but you should always have this in mind when doing kumite. As I explained on tape 2, there are a number of vital points on the human body. Firstly, on the center line from the top of the head to the groin, the vital nerve points are known as the first-degree vital points. All the main vital points are on this line, including the throat, the solar plexus, and the groin. The second-degree vital points are found on the lateral balance line, from the top of the head, the temple, the mandible joint, the carotid sinus on the neck, down the side of the body, even where the muscles join the bones. The points here are known as the second-degree vital points. The third-degree vital points are along the spine, at the back of the center line. Lastly, the fourth-degree vital points are the parts of the body that are hidden when you stand straight. The inside of the legs and groin, the armpit area, the throat, and so on. So when you take your fighting stance, you should be aware of these points and protect them. Don't stand open and expose the weak points. Guard, protect your own vital points, whilst aiming your blows at the opponents. An extension of your dojo training is tournament competition. If you wish to participate in competition, the most important and fundamental point to remember is mutual respect and honour. Without this attitude, it is no longer a match, it is a brawl. Whilst respecting your opponent, you face the challenge of the match to learn and improve. In matches, there is a result, a win or a loss. If you win, reflect on the victory and learn from it. And if you lose, reflect on the bout and use the experience in your training to improve your skills. This is the correct spirit in which to approach tournament matches. Humble in victory, yet poised in defeat. Honor all with respect and courtesy. This is the philosophy of one who has bravely faced full contact duels as well as the innermost battles of life. Masoyama lived karate. He devoted his life to karate. To the very end, he continued training day and night, never losing sight of his goal, never ceasing in his pursuit of further self-improvement. In Kyokushin karate, all begins in Kihon, and all is realized through practice. Surely such a path of demanding discipline offers more than mere physical strength. Indeed, the martial way imparts its wisdom through intense self-discipline and training. Through an understanding and mastery of its deepest mysteries, it serves to develop a noble and distinguished character. Certainly, physical strength and skill are important. On the other hand, that skill must be balanced with a disciplined mind to keep that power under one's control. In his later years, Masoyama visited many countries, devoting his energies to fostering world peace and universal brotherhood through his art. For the true spirit of Kyokushin karate is this: humbly carry your head low but your vision high, reserved in speech but broad of heart, be considerate of one's parents and always be of service to others. Our responsibility lies in accepting the wishes of Masoyama, to willingly accept the traditions and spirit of Kyokushin karate and pass them on to the generations to come.